Today across the country, Affordable Care Act supporters rallied in more than 40 cities. Following Senator Bernie Sanders' call to action at the Knoxville Democratic headquarters, Affordable Care Act supporters did the same, sharing personal stories about their health coverage experiences. WATE 6 on Your Side reporter Madison Keaty spoke with some of these supporters to find out how they're making sure their voices are heard.
I had relief knowing that my child...
Personal stories like this were the focus at this Affordable Care Act rally.
Now, this has been a huge blessing.
Thursday, after a 51-48 vote, a budget resolution passed that could potentially lead to a vote to repeal Obamacare, leaving some with questions about a replacement.
My health care depends on the Affordable Care Act, and it may not be a perfect program, but it's much better than the alternatives out there.
I have actually had a visceral reaction to the idea of repeal of Obamacare.
Letters addressed to Senator Lamar Alexander, Senator Bob Corker, Congressman John Duncan, and even Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan.
So we can address them locally?
Handwritten letters just like this one, all with stories about if the Affordable Care Act is repealed, even in part without a replacement, how it will affect these individuals. Now, stacks and dozens of letters will be sent to local Knoxville offices and Washington, D.C., all filled with the opinions and stories of those in East Tennessee.
My personal belief is that we elect officials to be our representatives, and part of that job may be that they don't necessarily agree with us, but they are still obliged to represent us and our voices.
George says to her, it's not important if she's covered by the Affordable Care Act. What she cares about most is being heard.
The most critical thing is that we find true representation and that our voices are heard and that we are represented in Washington.
Republicans have said any new plans would include coverage for pre-existing conditions and would let young adults stay on their parents' coverage until they were 26. There have been no specifics as to how these would be accomplished. Reporting in Knoxville, Madison Keaty, WATE 6 on Your Side.